Hello and welcome. My name is Vanessa Ortali. I am the founder of the Ladies Community and Heart and Mind Talks. And today I'm bringing to you another interview for our online summit, The One. And the theme of this summit is one with purpose, one with self, and one with others. And I'm so excited to bring to you today a wellness professional, a certified trainer, and her name is Trudie German. Welcome, Trudie. I'm so excited to have you here.
Hey Vanessa, thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled to dive more into how you discovered your purpose. You can check her out on Instagram and her website. She's built a huge community helping women to really tune into their body and get a hold of their health and wellness and their bodies. So, how did you get into this and what did your journey look like?
Okay, so this wasn't something I set out to become, to be honest. I went to university, went to York, got a degree in fine arts. I was going to be an actress on theater, in theater on Broadway. And then when I finished school, the bills started coming in. And I decided to enter the corporate world in Canada, in Toronto. Entered insurance, did that for a while, for a few years, and realized I did not like it. Being at a cubicle was not for me, but I still didn't know what I wanted to do. Because coming from immigrant parents, it's like, the good thing is you get a corporate job with benefits, with vacations, and I had that, and I had that security. But then I realized that this isn't for me. I left one company, went to another company, and the same thing carried. So at the first company, we would have monthly one-on-one meetings with manager, and my manager was like, "Why are you here?" She's like, "You do." It was that obvious, Vanessa. She was like, "No, you do the bare minimum, nothing extra, nothing above." And she's like, "Why don't you become a fitness trainer, a personal trainer?" And I remember looking at her as if she had five foreheads and asked her, "You want me to leave my corporate job to become a personal trainer? Are you out of your mind?"
Why did she suggest becoming a personal trainer? Were you really into fitness or what was that?
Yes. So I was really into fitness. I would go to the gym after work. I would always have healthy snacks at my desk on Fridays when everyone else had to bring in treats and they were bringing in like the donut and stuff like that. I was always bringing in the fruits and the vegetables, the healthy stuff. So that's why she suggested that. And she's like, "Look at you, and you love this." And then when I went to another company, I didn't like the environment again. And another friend suggested it. And she also had a friend that was a personal trainer that was able to make a good living. And I was like, okay, maybe this is something that I should look into. And part of the reason I actually entertained that was, I was with one company, wasn't happy, went to another company, 6 months in, the same things started happening. And then I had to look within and be like, okay, so it's not the company, it's me. I'm the common denominator. So clearly I'm unhappy with what I'm doing. So I need to figure something out because I can't do another 40 to 50 years of this. So, and then I started working at one company in the day, then I would go to the gym and train clients in the evening. Did that for a while, and then 6 months, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start my own business.
Now, did you look for evidence that it could work?
No,
Okay.
no, I didn't. And so I started my business. I'll have, uh, I've had it almost 10 years now. So this was before Twitter and Instagram was a thing, and Facebook was around, but people were only using Facebook for connecting with friends and family. My proof was when a friend of mine told me about the friend that she had and how she did it, and she kind of connected me with her, and she gave me a few tips. So that was all the evidence I needed. Would I advise anyone to do that? No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's changed so much to the platform. So then how do you go from having a day job to deciding you were going to go full throttle on this new career?
So I had the day job, then I would go to the gym in the evenings, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to start working at the gym full time. but I didn't like certain things at the gym, like their customer service. It was all about take their money, and I didn't enjoy that part. So I was going to leave the gym, and I started applying to other gyms,
Mm.
and I would not get a call back. I would not get a call back. And I remember the same friend who had suggested, hey, why don't you do this personal training thing? She suggested, hey, no one's calling you back. You want to do this? How about you start your own business and you go to clients? And it was like, okay, ding, ding, ding. So it was like, it was kind of suggested, and it was out of frustration because no one would hire me. So, okay, I'm gonna do my own thing then.
Yeah. And how did you find clients at that time?
So, how I found my clients was kind of took the ones that I had at the gym, which we would
Yeah.
do, but it's like, hey, I'm leaving the gym. They're gonna have to give you another trainer. No, 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 no. I don't want another trainer. I still want to work with you. So we're gonna figure something out. And then I also started networking a lot, and I would offer. At the time, my rates were extremely lower than the competition because I needed that social proof. And when you just start a business, it's like you'll take anything, any amount, because any amount is better than nothing. So it was more like network, and then clients start referring me because other people started seeing the results
Yeah.
and that.
Yeah. What were some of the biggest mistakes you made when you first went out on your own?
Thinking the clients were gonna come rolling in, thinking, oh, I have nice arms. Oh, I have a nice smile. Oh, I have a nice body. The clients are gonna come rolling in. And just saying this out loud, it sounds so egotistical and naive, but that's the truth. That and I thought that I was gonna become this overnight success because being an entrepreneur can't be that hard. I mean, the clients will just come rolling in. So that's one. Another one, I didn't have a plan. I I did not have a plan. I was all over the place. I didn't even consider myself a businesswoman or that this is a business. It's just I want to train clients. I didn't have a 6-month plan, a 1-year plan, marketing. I had no plan. No.
Yeah. So then what were some of the key success factors that brought you to where you are today?
I started reading more books
Mhm.
on business and entrepreneur. I got coaches who knew what they were doing, coaches who did it, coaches that I trusted to guide me along the way. And I changed my mindset. This is a business. And I started treating it as a business. I started becoming more cautious with the events I was attending, the networking events, the people I wanted to network with, and the books I was reading. So those were some of the things. But I think the biggest one was the coaching,
Yeah.
investing in a coach. And there's so many coaches out there now, and people are like, oh, coaches don't work. You have to find the one that works for you. Not everyone is going to work for everyone. You got to know what kind of coaching style works for you and find a coach that you resonate with who will get you there.
Yeah. If someone's looking for a coach, what would you recommend are some good questions to ask to know if you'll work well together?
First, you have to be able to be 100% authentic and honest with your coach. If you are afraid to be honest with your coach, with someone you're working with, right there, that's a red flag. You shouldn't be working with them because your coach is supposed to be non-judgmental. To someone who can help you to see the bigger picture. Because one of the best coaches I had, she was able to let me realize, no, 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 girl, this ain't no something you're playing with. This is a business, and
Mhm.
you can be bigger. So someone to allow you to see bigger than where you are and give you that vision that, oh my gosh, I can actually do it without blowing smokes up your you know what, right?
Yeah, 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 it's true. So then what does your business look like today and what do you focus on now?
Okay, so today my business has a few components. So I have the one-on-one, which I do in Toronto. I have the online portion, which I do worldwide. And I also offer workshops, online, workshops at organizations or corporations, because some of the stuff, a lot of people, when they hear health and fitness, they simply think weight loss, fat loss. There's so much more to it than that. There's the nutritional aspect. There's the aspect of how you're managing stress. There's the aspect of, are you sleeping enough? There's also the self-care aspect, right? Because that is part of being healthy. We live in a society where we're constantly go, go, go. And especially as women, we feel guilty taking time out to take care of ourselves. So those are some of the things that I talk about and address with my clients, and even with online workshops or seminars in person.
Yeah.
And I'm also starting a podcast.
So fun.
It will be more business focused. It won't be about fitness, because we're in an era now where being an entrepreneur is the new thing and everyone wants to be it because it looks so beautiful and glamorous. But hold on, honey. There's a process that we've all had to go through to get there. Are you willing to go through these processes, right?
Yeah. Yeah. If you were to be mentoring your youngest self right now, what are some of those business concepts that you would want to make sure she grasps as soon as possible?
Okay, so the first one isn't really business related. The first one would be healing.
Yeah.
Some people are like, what does healing have to do with anything? My business really started to grow once I healed, because you can have the best coaches, you can be working right around the clock, but if you haven't addressed any unresolved issues, forgiven yourself, forgiven others, you're not going to go anywhere. That's one. Two, have a plan. The plan may not go according to plan, but at least with a plan, you can see when you're gearing off track and when you need to make changes. And definitely, I would have gotten a mentor sooner. A mentor, once again, I think even when you have a mentor, you're still going to make errors, but they won't be as expensive and as detrimental. And your mentor will be there to kind of help you to learn the lesson from it, more than you sitting there and beating up yourself. So those are definitely three things I would say to do.
Yeah, I love those. Can you share a little bit more as to what some of the most surprising or difficult things you had to heal from? I want to be able to, in this question, I want other people to be able to relate to some of the things, and I can share in myself too. Like, what were the hardest things for you to actually heal within you?
The loneliness. The loneliness of when you feel as if you're failing, the fact that you are afraid to open up to anyone, because especially the people who are closest to you, who didn't support you to begin with, I think I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for my closest friends and family not understanding. I wasn't prepared for when I felt as if I was failing, that I couldn't openly speak to anyone, out of the fear of being judged, out of the fear of course, what do you expect? You left your good job to do this. And that was, I think those were the hardest ones.
Yeah.
You know, like, why would you leave your corporate job, your good job, to do this? And now you're not making money. You need to go back to your corporate job. So that was something I was not prepared for, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it is lonely, even if you have a community, because sometimes even with a community, you're still afraid of really opening up when you feel as if it's not going how you want it to, or you're failing because that fear of being judged. Whereas when you start opening up, you realize, hold on, Vanessa is going through this. Trudie is going through this. Okay, we can help each other. But that's definitely the biggest one. The loneliness.
Yeah. I love the way that you explain that. What did your healing look like?
Okay, so my healing was from childhood trauma, and I didn't do it on my own. I didn't even know I needed healing. So it was one of those things. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go out and get coaching because I need to be healed. I didn't even know. I just know that I was tired of working so hard and barely getting by. I knew that something was wrong. It was like I could literally feel this blockage inside. You know, like sometimes you're trying to open a door and something's stuck there and you can literally feel it. That's when I knew, and I tried counseling, I tried therapy, but none of that seemed to have worked. But then the person that helps me with my healing, I kind of met her while working on a complete different project. Nothing like, oh, I need a healer. And I remember when we started talking, she's like, you're shouldering a lot. You're dealing with a lot. And she just started reading me. And she's like, this is what I do. And I took a session with her and I was blown away by what happened. Now, in regards to the healing, I'll tell anyone, healing, it is not pretty.
Nope.
It is not pretty. It is not pretty. It is muddy. It is dirty. It is ugly. You want to stop because you're bringing up everything. But I kept going because I was like, I am tired of where I am, and clearly what I was doing wasn't working, so I got to figure something out. So I had to, right? So anyone who's in the process of healing or thinking of healing, don't think it's roses and peaches, honey, but just keep pushing through, because on the other side is a completely amazing person waiting.
Yeah. How would you describe then who you were before you were healed and who you are now?
Oh, honey, the glass was always half empty. The glass was always half empty. I didn't know how to handle stress. The minute the stress happened, woe me, woe me, woe me, take me down. Now it's like, whenever things aren't going as planned, I literally just pause and it's like, okay, what is this trying to teach me? And it sounds so weird. And I start listening to my body. You know, they say praying is God talking, you talking to God. Meditation is you listening to God, God talking to you. And I started doing that more. Now, it's not to say that I still don't make mistakes, and they're just not as detrimental. And the glass is half full now, regardless of what it is. It's like, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? I start reading, and it sounds like a cliche, but the more you start appreciating the little things, just like drinking a glass of clean water, waking up in a nice warm bed, you find everything just started changing. And another thing that I noticed, once I was healed, the clients and the opportunities just started coming in. I didn't have to go looking for them. Even the least expected times and places, they would just find me.
Yeah. There's so much to what you do because, yes, you are a wellness coach and you are a trainer, but what do you actually teach your clients?
I teach my clients to take care of themselves, not just their body, because we're all walking around with one of these, whether it's an
She's holding
iPhone,
up her cell phone. Yeah.
it's all right there. So it's so easy to consume things. And a lot of the things we are consuming, we don't realize, one, it's negative, and two, how much it weighs us down. So I also teach them, be mindful of the things that you're eating, the conversations you're having. And even myself, if I realize that I'm about to enter into a conversation where it's going to end up negative, I leave it alone. I think I literally become mute if I'm on the phone and find a reason to get off. If it's a text or a WhatsApp, I simply don't reply, because you realize you are what you consume and what you subscribe to. So I teach my clients, listen, be cautious of what you're putting on and in your body. Be cautious of the things you're listening, the things you're reading, because those definitely affect you, your mood, your weight loss. It affects how you're going to interact with your family. Because especially as women, we are so accustomed to taking care of everyone else, the husband, the children, the house, that sometimes we put ourselves last. But it's like, honey, You got to put your mask on first. Your basket got to be full. Your glass got to be full before you can help someone else. So I teach them that. And when I work with clients, I don't just tell them what to do. I teach them because I'm like, the reality is we won't be working together forever. You know,
Yeah.
I would be like a parent, prepare you so when you go out there into the world, you're armed to make better decisions. You need to sleep. This is why you need you need to stop stressing. You need to focus on the things you can control. And then you notice that transformation happening from inside out. Because most people think of, when they hear personal training or health and fitness and wellness, they just think of weight loss. No. There's so much more to it. I tell my clients, you know, the time that we spend working out together, that's the easiest part. It's what's happening outside, how you're managing stress, how you're managing work. Because if you're not productive, chances are you're going to become stressed. Your immune system's going to become weak. You're going to get sick, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah. What do you see are the biggest mistakes people make when they are on their own and not with you?
Quick diets. Quick diets, thinking they can outtrain their nutrition, thinking it's all about the gym, that they can skimp on sleep, thinking that some of the things that I'm teaching them is just BS. And then when they actually start realizing, oh crap, I'm getting sick. Oh yeah, I haven't been sleeping. Or oh yeah, I shouldn't have bought that tummy tea because it doesn't work.
Right. Yeah.
I should
Yeah.
have starved myself because now I'm eating more. So it's
Yeah.
some of those things.
Yeah. And as an entrepreneur, how do you best get this information across to your clients? Because you've also built an amazing community. What have been some ways that you've been able to build that community and impact more people internationally?
Share my story with them because my clients, when they find out, oh, you don't eat sugar now, but you used to be a sugar baby, it's like, like when I share how much sugar I would consume and think it was healthy. When I share, that I was constantly going, and then I burnt out, and the consequences of that was when I share the fact that, hey, I used to try these fad diets. I used to skimp on sleep. I used to try all these fat burners thinking that they would work. But once they can hear my own story, once they hear that you had a mortgage before you learned to ride a bike, I make it personal. I share my personal journey because they see the end product of me right now, that I don't eat certain things and how often I meditate and read. But no, it wasn't always like this. I literally had to fall a few times, and this is how I fell, and this is what I learned. Like when they find out, you love wine, girl, on a Friday night, give me my bottle of wine and leave me alone. Like just sharing my own story, and then that, and then once they start listening and once they start seeing the results and they want to quit, it's like, push through it, you can do this kind of thing.
Yeah. It gives them faith. And then they feel like if you could do it, so can they.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And no matter what we're doing, once you start seeing the results, even if you want to quit, you keep going because they're like, yo, I don't want to stop. I'm here now. Where can I be if I keep going?
Yeah. What are some of the daily routines that you implement now that are critical to your mindset and body?
Pray every morning, meditate 2 times a day, listen to something spiritual. Um, those definitely, and I read. I love to read, and of course, exercise.
Yeah. What are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? It is this book, Influencer. Someone
Oh,
referred it to me. So Influencer, I aim to read about 2 to 4 books per month because I don't watch.
wow.
I'm not a
Yeah.
TV person, so but that's kind of slowed down now because I'm working on the podcast and the
Yeah.
online, but I want to get back into
Very
that.
cool. Yeah. Awesome. So if people want to find your podcast or find more of what you're doing, where can they find you?
So for, there's two parts to this. So for the training portion, anything to do with fitness, health, and wellness, it's bodyenvy.ca. And for the podcast, anything related to business, it's trudiegerman.com. I know.
Awesome. No, and I know you also have a smoothie guide that
Yes.
they can get. Yeah.
So most people don't have breakfast in the mornings or healthy breakfast. You know, their breakfast is pulling up to the drive-through, or they don't have time. So they can definitely download my free ebook if they go to my website, bodyenvy.ca. It has 10 quick, yummy, and healthy smoothies that you can have in the mornings. Don't buy smoothies on the road. Those aren't the healthy ones, all right? So definitely download that. It's at bodyenvy.ca, right on the homepage.
And can you use those smoothies as a lunch or dinner if people are fasting and they're...
You can use them for breakfast. You can use them for mid-morning snack. You can use them for pre or post workouts. You can use them.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get myself a copy because whenever I make my own smoothies, they always taste awful. And I always think, I'm like, oh, that wasn't so good. Next, and then I hate wasting. So then I just try to stomach it, and then I'm traumatized and hate them now. So I'm gonna need to go get that. So thanks so much, Trudie. Is there anything else that you want to tell the listener and you want to leave them with this in this chat?
Take care of yourself. Do something every day that makes you happy. Whatever that is, if it's dancing naked in front of the mirror, if it's just creaming your skin, just something that makes you happy, do it every day because you're worth it.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And being intentional, right? Like what you just explained is so simple, like putting cream on your skin. But when you're putting cream on your skin, you're grateful and you're loving yourself, then it just ups that whole experience and connection with yourself.
And it's so funny I said that because that's like one of my things I enjoy doing. Even if I'm running late, it's like, I'm going to be late, but I need to cream my skin. This is my ritual.
That's so beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing your story with our community. And I know they'll be able to relate to how you got to where you are and take some of those tips and tools so they can connect with themselves and their body and nutrition. But reach out to Trudie if you have any questions. Check out Body Envy, and you can connect with her online and or in person. You can see she's super approachable. So reach out to Trudie. Thank you so much. Go out there, take care of yourself. Just like Trudie says, sending you so much love. We'll chat with you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.